Welcome back to Bush Chungers. We're causing war crimes. Let's go. Okay.
Introducing our Season 2 lineup.
Of Bush Chungus.
Starting, we have Chungus and then Bush, because equality.
Equality, exactly.
In District 2, we got Peanut Butter Pretzels, the returning champion, and Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty!
Who other than to strike his revenge on a bunch of innocent people.
Joe Shiesty.
In District 3, we have Fishy Fam, another returner, and JJ Johnson.
JJ Johnson.
I personally do not like his odds.
Don Wee and TC14, the Lego Star Wars minifigures
of this episode.
Exactly.
In District 6, we got Wessie returning and Matt and Rab.
Matt and Rab. Yes, sir. Then District 6, we got Seth and Sack.
Seth and Sack.
Pretty good duo.
First time for both of them.
Exactly. And then District 7, we got Larson and Corn Dog. That's a pretty strong duo.
That's a pretty strong duo. I mean, Corn Dog should go pretty far. I think he's pretty experienced.
I think so too.
Yeah. And our planetary.
Yep, our planet
section, we got the Sun and Naboob. If you don't understand it, then you should watch our Lego Star Wars.
Exactly.
And also smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
In our mother department, we have Lord Dog and J Dog. I think they could go pretty far.
I think so too. That's a strong duo. For our countries.
In our international section,
we have Mozambique and Zimbabwe.
And in our Fortnite section, we have Salty Springs and Jonesy.
Yes, sir. And lastly, rounded out...
Our miscellaneous, we have Marcus and Stephen A. Smith.
Which, Marcus is not a real person.
But, I mean, I think he'd go pretty far.
We had to have him in here. Come on,
our
guys.
boy, Marcus, we had to put him here.
Had to put him in.
Otherwise, what was this all for?
Exactly. Now let's go cause some more crimes. Let's run.
If you are not 13, you will not watch this video.
All of this is purely fictional. And we do not wish any violence upon any members except Marcus. And that's it.
Marcus and Stephen A. Smith. We're looking for a District 12 loss here.
Okay, perfect. Alright, here we go. Zimbabwe runs away from the cornucopia. Sure.
Yeah.
The Sun runs away from the cornucopia. Okay, good. Seth, Mozambique, Larson, and Fishy Fam all share everything they've gathered before running. Seth would share.
Wessie scares Lord Dog away from the cornucopia.
Okay.
Jonesy runs away. Peanut Butter Pretzels rips a mace out of Joe Shiesty's
Joe
hand.
Shiesty, no! J-Dog runs away from the cornucopia. Naboo runs away from the cornucopia. Marcus runs away from the cornucopia.
Stephen A. Smith overpowers Ton Wee, killing her.
Stephen A. Smith! Is everybody just like, picture this, like, Stephen A. just like grabs her neck. Stephen A. And then like all the while he's talking about like, what does Stephen A. talk about these days?
Cowboys sucking.
Yeah. Chungus snatches
a pair of sides. Bush finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Sack runs away from the cornucopia. Salty Springs runs away from the cornucopia.
Corn Dog finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. JJ Johnson runs away with a lighter and some rope. TC14 receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. And Matt and Rab runs away from the cornucopia.
Bush scares Matt and Rab off.
That's powerful.
Marcus and Chungus work together for the day. Peanut Butter Pretzels and TC14 hunt for their tributes.
Jonesy overhears Zimbabwe and Sack talking in the distance. Fishy Fam defeats Stephen A. Smith in a fight but spares his life. That could be dangerous.
That could be dangerous. Stephen A. is out for blood.
He is. And then Larson travels to higher ground.
Joe Shiesty makes a slingshot.
Joe Shiesty.
JJ Johnson scares Wessie off.
In
Mozambique camouflages herself in the bushes.
Just Mozambique, yeah. Seth, Lord Dog, J Dog, and Salty Springs raid the moves camouflages hunting. And the Sun is pricked by thorns while picking berries. And Corn Dog discovers a cave. Tommy.
How do you die to Stephen A? How does that work? All people that die to.
You could have used
Stephen A. grabs your neck, just holding it like it's a straw.
It's more likely to die to Peanut Butter Pretzels than Stephen A.
I mean, Peanut Butter Pretzels won the game.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Fishy Fam falls into a frozen lake and drowns.
Fishy. He's a fish. That's supposed to be his specialty, is swimming. Come on, Fishy Fam.
Corn Dog sees a fire but stays hidden. Salty Springs convinces Sack to kill her, but only
to kill Sack instead. Fish and Salty Springs killed
Yo,
Seth.
Salty Springs is
Devious.
the plot twist.
The plot twist. TC-14 is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Does TC-14 even need warmth? Zimbabwe loses sight of where he is. Wessie tends to Stephen A. Smith's wounds.
I can just see that.
Yeah. It's like Stephen A. Smith's just lying on the ground. And Wessie's
Like bandaging him
Yeah.
up. Mozambique here. Bush, Joe Shiesty, and Jonesy tell each other of the ghost stories to lighten the mood. J-Dog cooks her food before putting her fire out. JJ Johnson is woken by nightmares.
Alright, Marcus Chungus
NCBA
and
game.
Larson sleep in shifts. Matt and Rab lets peanut butter pretzels into his shelter. Lordock convinces Naboob not to kill her, only to kill
Oh! Lord Dog's got blood on her hands.
Lordog.
Seth quickly hums.
Quietly.
Yes.
Yes.
The sun sets up camp for
Oh,
the
the
night.
sun.
The sun.
The whole sun is set in
That makes sense.
TC-14 makes a wind spear, and the sun goes hunting. Joe Shiesty is pricked by thorns while picking berries.
Marcus overhears J-Dog in Zimbabwe talking in the distance. Seth accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm
Of
it.
course that's a Seth thing to do.
Lord Dog chases Salty Springs.
Alright, Matt and Rab see smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. The Bush receives a hatchet from another sponsor. You got a
Raid
hatchet?
Channel Legends, thank you for the hatchet.
Okay, Stephen A. Smith, Corndog, Jonesy, Chungus, and Peanut Butter Pretzels hunt for other creatures. That's a powerful group.
That's a powerful pack.
That is a power team.
Wessie catches Kyle Larson off guard and kills
Kills him! No, Wessie!
Wessie!
No, how could Wessie
Kills
do it?
Kyle.
Kyle Larson.
JJ Johnson makes a wooden spear. Mozambique constricts the shack. Marcus, JJ Johnson, and J-Dog sleep in shifts. Salty Springs starts a fire. Jonesy bleeds out due to untreated injuries.
He didn't have any
He didn't have his med mist. No one revived him.
Jonesy, someone get his reboot card.
Someone grab his reboot.
Mozambique convinces Matt and Rab to snuggle with her. Wessie, Bush, Joe Shiesty, and Corndog tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. And Chungus receives clean water from another sponsor. Yes!
E14 goes to sleep. Peanut Butter Pretzels climbs a tree to rest. Zimbabwe dies from hypothermia.
No, Zimbabwe. All of Zimbabwe dies. No.
I guess global warming isn't real.
The sun questions his sanity. Stephen A. Smith destroys Lordog's supplies while she's asleep.
Stephen A.
Okay.
JJ Johnson goes hunting. Salty Springs attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death.
No, Salty Springs. Bush, Wessie, and Stephen A. Smith hunt for other tributes. Corndog receives medical supplies from another sponsor, and the sun diverts Matt and Rab's attention and runs away.
Peanut Butter Pretzels receives a clean water from an unknown source. Marcus receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, and Chunkus receives a hatchet from an unknown
everyone's getting
sponsor as well.
J-Dog receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Joe Shiesty runs away from TC-14, and Lordog poisons Mozambique's drink. She drinks it and dies. Garrett, Mozambique just died to Lordog.
Corndog thinks about winning. Lord Dog begs for J-Dog to kill her. She refuses,
Okay,
keeping Lord Dog
good,
alive.
Good. Well done.
Good teamwork, ladies.
Wessie begs for Peanut Butter Pretzels to kill him. She refuses, keeping Wessie alive.
Wow,
Okay.
a lot of forgiveness.
Yes. Bush receives clean water from another sponsor, and Marcus climbs a tree to rest.
Joe Shiesty receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. JJ Johnson kills Matt and Rab with a sickle! He got in sickle mode!
Dude, Matt and Rab
TC-14 receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor.
Chungus tends to the sun's wounds.
Stephen
Stephen A. Smith dies from hypothermia! That is huge. Stephen A. Smith is a big threat.
Lord Dog runs away from Joe Shiesty. JJ Johnson tries to spear fish with a trident. Bush diverts TC-14's attention and runs away.
Okay, the sun discovers a cave. Chungus injures himself. No! Peanut Butter Pretzel sprains her ankle while running away from J-Dog.
Wessie runs away from Marcus. Corndog sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Wessie, Marcus, and J-Dog sleep in shifts. Peanut Butter Pretzels and Lord Dog huddle for warmth. TC-14 defeats JJ Johnson in a fight, but spares his life.
Ooh. The sun lets Bush into his shelter. Corndog goes to sleep, and Chungus tends to Joe Shiesty's wounds.
Well done. TC-14 makes a wooden spear. J-Dog receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Joe Shiesty hunts for the other tributes.
Alright, Peanut Butter Pretzels receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Marcus travels the high ground, and Bush stalks Wesley.
Chungus, J.J. Johnson, Corndog, and Lord Dog hunt for other tributes. Sun receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor.
Okay.
Bush climbs a tree to rest.
Okay.
Joe Shiesty talks about winning. Lord Dog and Chungus talk about the tributes still alive.
Okay, Marcus questions his sanity. Corndog sets up camp for the night, and J.J. Johnson severely injures Wesley and leaves him to die. Didn't he save him earlier?
Yes.
Wow.
And I stalked him.
J.J. Johnson severely injured Wesley.
TC-14 destroys the sun's supplies while he is asleep. Peanut Butter Pretzels is awoken by nightmares, and J-Dog receives an explosive from another sponsor.
J-Dog's got an explosive. Corndog makes a slingshot. Peanut Butter Pretzels makes a slingshot. J-Dog kills Joe Shiesty with a second. Oh! J-Dog.
Chungus stalks Marcus.
Marcus.
Lord Dog goes hunting. J.J. Johnson sets an explosive off, killing TC-14
and Bush. No, Bush. No. Everyone, smash that like button if you epically miss Bush and his tragic death to J.J. Johnson. And God bless America. Press subscribe to pay your respects. Son practices archery as well.
Alright, someone better kill J.J. Johnson.
Yeah, J.J. Johnson's out for blood.
Peanut Butter Pretzels is awoken by nightmares. J-Dog receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, and the Sun questions his sanity. Lord
Dog tends to her wounds. Chungus, J.J. Johnson, and Marcus sleep in shifts. And Corndog thinks about winning. Okay, pretty uneventful. What was that? Oh.
He thinks about winning.
My money's on Corndog.
My money is on Stephen A. still, even though he's dead.
The Sun decides not to go to the feast. J-Dog stabs Chungus while his back is turned! Chungus!
Killed by his own mother!
No! This is terrible.
Oh, cornucopias are replenished with food, supplies, and weapons, and memoirs from the
Yeah, we're gonna start with that.
Yeah, okay.
J.J. Johnson decides not to go to the feast.
Corndog, Marcus, and Peanut Butter Pretzels confront each other, but grab what they want slowly to avoid conflict.
Lord Dog decides not to go to the feast.
No.
I'm merging. Oh.
J.J. Johnson kills Peanut Butter Pretzel with her own weapon.
J.J. Johnson is rampant.
The last champion of the Hunger Games is now dead to J.J. Johnson.
There will be a new king.
Marcus searches for firewood. J-Dog stabs the Sun while his back is turned. Corndog tends to Lord Dog's wounds. Proceed. Marcus goes to sleep. J-Dog stays awake all night. Lord Dog tends to her wounds.
Corndog questions his sanity, and J.J. Johnson loses sight of where he is.
He's killed 5 people.
That's probably why he's
Corndog kills J.J. Johnson with a hatchet! Yes!
J-Dog tracks down and kills Marcus.
Lord Dog searches for a water source.
Oh my god. Okay, we gotta look at the status.
2 cannons can be...
Lord Dog and J-Dog are still in this.
Lord Dog...
It's the dogs!
It's the dogs!
The dog family. The canines. Okay. Place your bets between Corndog,
Comment down below
J-Dog.
who you think will win. J-Dog, Lord Dog, or Corndog?
Which... Lord Dog is his mom, J-Dog's my mom, and Corndog is Con.
our mom.
And our mom, exactly. Okay, here we go.
Let's hope J-Dog doesn't die to dysentery
My money's on
again.
Corndog. Dude, I called Corndog like a while ago.
Let's just hope that J-Dog does not die to dysentery.
Lord Dog, J-Dog, and Corndog get in a fight. J-Dog triumphantly kills
J-Dog! From dysentery to first, J-Dog clutches the dub.
J-Dog. Wow.
With J-Dog with the dub.
That is wonderful.